this is my problem with it. If you're gonna say this is for equity for black communities, like, bro, you could put that 30 million somewhere else. Welcome to another episode of Live at the Family Barbecue with your motherfucking boy, A. Sultan, and
Imani Shani was in.
What's going on, man?
Oh, you know, just living life.
You looking real good over there, man. Look like you just whitened your teeth. You know, skin is radiating. Good job.
Thank you. You know, got my little hat wig on.
I couldn't even tell.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Ladies, get you a hat wig for them days you're running late.
Them quick runs to the corner store, 7-Eleven. Wait a minute. Would
quick
you prefer?
Gym.
So you saying you prefer the hat wig over like a bonnet or something like that?
Yeah. I do. Like,
I'd actually prefer to see a hat wig over a bonnet too. I'm not gonna lie.
Because you wouldn't know. You'd just be like, oh, look at that sporty chick.
Her hat.
Yeah.
She stay wearing this plain black hat, but I mean, I guess it worked for her.
Add a little razzle dazzle to it.
What else been going on, man? Wait a minute, I'm trying to think. Did we talk about your acting role the last time? Was that at the last episode?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Okay.
I like
all right,
run
cool.
on like
Hey, look, I was trying to give you your big props again. You feel me?
Appreciate
We want to say happy birthday to Nichelle,
hey.
Our wonderful videographer, for sure. And her cousin is with us today.
Squad.
What's your name again? Tiara is her birthday this week too. So thank y'all for being here.
Appreciate y'all.
But let's get into it on this good Wednesday night. Is it Wednesday? Tuesday. No, it's Tuesday night.
Are you all right?
I'm a little tired. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Your
but
tiredness is showing.
Since it's Tuesday, that means we had some good TV over the weekend.
Yes.
And on Monday.
I feel like it's Tuesday, so it's only right to touch on The Bachelor. The Bachelor comes on Monday nights, ladies and gentlemen. And this season is, what's his name? My
boy Clayton.
Clayton. Oh, I had high hopes for Clayton, man. I had high hopes for Clayton, but there's this whore on his season.
Clayton had a good 4-run episode before he started tripping.
Shanae. She's just such a I don't wanna say too much in case people haven't watched it and they wanna watch it, but I just don't really respect Clayton no more. I don't really care.
What can he do to get your respect back?
Send that hoe home, man. Why is she still there?
Give him a little background on what some things she's done, just for somebody who hasn't seen the show, some stuff she's done. Obviously, The Bachelor is a dating show, so there's plenty of girls in the room or in the building.
I mean, to say she's terrorizing women is a little bit vague, but that's quite literally what she's doing. But I think the most recent thing or the last thing that happened was she was upset about losing a group date, so she crashed the winner's date, and that the winners got a trophy and all that jazz, and she threw that trophy. Wow, that's ghetto.
That is.
I don't like
ghetto.
that.
That's.
So and somehow she's still in the show.
You know, when you start watching shows like this, I feel like when you start watching The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiance, etc. Sometimes you kind of start to understand why some of these people on these shows, I see why you can't find nobody. No cap.
You know what's funny too, though?
I see why.
A lot of times, this is a little little razzle dazzle sprinkle of information. A lot of times, I'm with an agency, so I'm represented as an actor. A lot of times these shows reach out to agencies and they'll get actual actors to be on the show. So do with that what you will.
So not everybody, but some people.
Some people are definitely
actors.
Yeah.
Shanae might be an actor.
Or models, they'll get models, whatever. But I'm just saying not all of them are just oh my God, Clayton, let me sign up. No, for some of them it's
right. When we post this, make sure you tag Imani and see if she should be the next Bachelorette.
All right. That's enough of that. Anyway, speaking of good TV.
I've never watched this show until today. This is the first episode I watched. She's been trying to get me to watch it. But I did watch it.
Amazing TV. I feel when you're in the field, the entertainment field, I just feel you look at things so differently. So
absolutely.
We're talking about Euphoria, but it's it's about high school where it's all right, cool. I'm way past that age. But I love the show from an actor's perspective.
Right.
Specifically Zendaya. But this most recent episode was crazy. And that's the first episode. For some reason, I just really wanted you to watch that episode. I think, like you said, too, you had never seen Zendaya, like, in that.
Phenomenal acting job. Never seen her do nothing like that before. It was phenomenal. And I'm not even, like, an Oscar-worthy performer, but I could tell. I was like, oh, she acting her ass off. Like, that's good work. Yeah,
she did her thing. And I think it was interesting, too, because she hasn't really, like, everything has been, like, I mean, she went from, like, Disney to big like movie screens and stuff like that, but even the movies she's done have still been pretty neat and on brand for her. So I really respected that she even took this role, because she no longer has the like, oh, good girl, let's have her be somebody's girlfriend, let's have her be the cute. Yeah, so now she like has something else that she added to her plate, and I love it so much.
So from an actor's perspective, you know, always got to get your your expertise. What is it that makes Zendaya so good? You know what I'm saying? What when you look at her and her skill set, from, you know, Spider-Man to Euphoria to the one she did with Denzel's son, you know, what is it that makes her so good? And the second question is, and I'll repeat it for you, the second one, when you feel like answering it, but what does it take to get an actor to that point? Like, what do you have to tap in? Because I've been in the room sometime when you doing auditions, and I dead ass thought you was talking to me a couple times. I was like, what the fuck? What'd I do? Like, talking crazy on the other side of the door. But, like, so what does it take to get into that zone? Because she was in the zone. Like, the whole episode was pretty much centered around her, and she, like, was in the zone from the first minute to the 55th minute.
She was on 10 the entire time. Okay, so for me, I'll say this. I always liked Zendaya. I think I more so like Zendaya's like personality and who she was as a person, and I kind of intertwined that with her. But now I like her as an actress, and I said that to say this most recent episode to me, like, it made me be like, I want to be like, I love comedy, like I'm that girl. But as far as drama, I think what makes Zendaya so great is she has the capacity to make you feel something through the screen. That's always top tier acting to me. If you can act out something, a show or a movie, and I like hate you after I watch it, I'm like, this bitch. You know what I mean? If you can get that out of me, and it kind of takes a lot to get that out of me, because I'm pretty good at like, all right, that was TV, this is real life. Like, you know how Tariq, I call him Tariq, but from Power, people like hated him, or like, I would never, like, I don't take Power seriously.
I hated that nigga Tariq after he
See, like, people like you.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
People like you. But for me, Zendaya really made me feel something. And it's not even like I identify with like drug abuse or anything like that, thank God. But it's just like, I've had lows. You know, like, I've had those moments where I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs because I feel like I'm not being heard. So I feel like that makes her a great actress, because she's and she's in the wrong the entire episode, the entire show. She's in the wrong.
Hey, bro, I was watching. I was like, someone need to catch her.
Yeah,
like,
she needs to get caught. She needs help. She's wrong. But the other side to that is like, I still love her character. I still love Rue. I still want Rue to get help. I still want Rue to win.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you could tell, like, that's the part I liked about it. Was like, you could tell she studied people who had addiction problems. Like, even for, like, it could seem bipolar, like the highs, then the lows, then the rat. Like, it was like, you know, I likened it to, like, and I was telling you about it the other day, but Samuel L. Jackson, when he was in Jungle Fever, when he played the crackhead, it was like, it felt like that was one of your family members. You know what I'm saying? He tapped into it like so good. It was like, whoa. Like, and that's how I felt with her, especially, you know, like working in, you know, I used to work in high schools. So seeing kids like that, where they might not be erratic like that, but you could see, like, from her hair, the bags under her eyes, and, you know, dragging or falling out in class, like, you know, just weird stuff. So yeah, it was good.
So with that being the first episode you watched, I've been trying to get this nigga to watch season 1, season 2, whatever. Are you like, did that make you want to like watch it now and like be
definitely,
like,
definitely, I'm gonna tap in. And it was never that I didn't want to watch it. I just feel like we're in such a moment and TV with streaming and everything, like
There's so much
stuff to watch,
Yeah,
bro.
I
Like
get
I
it.
have, you know how much I love Ozark. I ain't finished the first episode yet. You finished it? Yeah, see, like I'm behind. Like I like what is it? The Peacemaker, the one on HBO. I'm like 3 episodes behind on that one. Like so, it's a bunch of stuff I got to catch up on. But definitely am intrigued, and now I want to see the whole story come full circle. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them.
And did you answer the part like what it takes to tap into that? I feel like you said a lot.
What it takes to tap into that. My
It
bad.
can be quick. You don't have to.
So I think what it takes to tap into that is, like I said, just like not even if you've never been through that, going, like I said, she was at her lowest, going to, like, if they told me I had to act out that scene, I would have to go to a time when I was at my lowest. And that's also like what could be dangerous with acting, because a lot of people get caught up and they stay in that.
Right.
But I think that's what it takes, is like having those moments in the back of your mind and being able to like turn them off and on. Because I feel like there's stuff that we all could tap into, to be quite honest, you know?
It's like how far you willing to go. Because you got the Heath Ledgers of the world who people say he tapped into it too much when he played the Joker.
Yeah.
And then
Michael B. Jordan said that. I think he needed
About which one?
therapy after. Do you know what I'm talking about? After Killmonger's role,
really?
he like needed therapy. Yeah.
That's
'cause
interesting.
He got so into it. So yeah, it's like
that
you
makes
really have
sense
to
though.
love acting.
Yeah, that makes sense because that was an emotionally driven character. Like he wasn't dealing with abuse and stuff like that. But in terms of like, if you really want to tap into being like kicked out or exiled from your family, your father being exiled, you know what I'm saying? People not wanting you in, right? Like he did a really good job. And people say he played the same person all the time. But I thought he did good too. He did good. And then last point, we saw House of Gucci. Because another person,
That was a good one.
Another person who they say taps into that a lot, well, it's 2 people. So what you call needed therapy after he did Django, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he said after that, he said he couldn't do movies. Like I think he took like a year or so off.
I didn't know that.
I know some stuff probably came out in between them, but I don't think he was shooting nothing new.
Yeah.
And then Jared Leto, the one we saw in House of Gucci, like everybody always clown him because they're like, bro, like he tap into these roles like so deep, and like the movies all be mid, but it's like, you know, his performances though, like you could tell like he did work on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's why I think that's why he sticks out so much even in those movies that he does do.
Right.
You know, even ones you might not like, it's like, oh, he's acting his ass off.
I literally did not. I had to ask you. I'm like, because I saw his name in the credits. I'm like, when was he on the screen? And then you had to tell me. I'm like, oh, he did his thing. I didn't know it was him. I'm like, who was the actor that did that? But yeah.
So we could tap into this real quick, staying on the movie stuff. You know, black folks always got something to say about the Oscars, man. So is there anything you're looking for? I see, Will Smith nominated for Best Actor for King Richard. That was well deserved. You know, when the Oscar nominees come out, I always realize, like, damn, I'm not as much of a movie buff as I think I am. Because it'll be a list of like 6 joints, and I seen like 2 of them.
Man, it'd be so many movies and things. I'm like, I need to check that out.
Yeah. Like, y'all saw Denzel and Tragedy of Macbeth. I didn't even see that one yet, and I was looking forward to that one. Best Actress, I ain't see none of these. Let me see. Best Picture, though, I think I seen like 3 of these. So, Best Picture, we got West Side Story. We saw that reluctantly with our mother. That shit was long as fuck. I was like a 4 hour. It was good, but it was good. It felt like it was 4 hours.
And I don't even like
end?
musicals, and that was good.
Yeah, I was like, this shit ever gonna end? But West Side Story was good. Dune was good too.
Dune was good.
Dune was really good.
It was a nice story, like a nice.
Yeah. Oh, Zendaya was in that one too.
Zendaya was in that one.
Little role.
A nice story, like beginning to end, like really about.
I really enjoyed that one actually. And then King Richard, but it's legit like 10 movies on this list. I seen 3 of them.
Yeah, no.
Don't Look Up. No, I saw that one too. So we got 4.
I didn't.
But yeah, it's like some of these I think that's when you. I think that's good stuff too, though, for actors and stuff too. Like, because even with stuff for like the Grammys and stuff, I'm doing music. Like, if it's something that people really like, it's like, all right, let me go tap into this and see
And
what made it so good.
Yeah, I actually am gonna start tapping into stuff like this because
Yeah.
your girl is SAG now, and they sent her some movies. You know what I'm saying, to check out. So.
Best animated feature, Raya and the Last Dragon. That was fire.
Raya was fire.
Raya and the Last Dragon was fire. I didn't see Encanto. I didn't see Luca. Mitchell's and Versus the Machines. I don't know what that is. Flea. Nope. Didn't see any of those. So we're going with Raya on that one. And then documentaries. I'm a big documentary person, but I didn't see many of these either. The only one I saw was Attica. That one was pretty good. That's on Showtime. So yeah, it's just some good stuff to tap into, man. So yeah. The lists are all on the internet. So hopefully Will Smith has never won an Oscar. Maybe this is the one. Who you think's acting performance was better between him and Denzel and Macbeth?
Honestly, I don't know how to not be biased because I loved King Richard just like as a family story, but I honestly might probably give it to Will.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did good. I'm not an emotional person. I almost cried watching it. I was like,
he did amazing. Yeah.
When he got his ass whooped at the park, I was like,
don't bring that up.
There you go, black man.
But
Stand
yeah.
up for your family.
Yeah.
But
good stuff.
Yeah, that was a good one. Last night was important for me, man. It was the return of my boy.
Whomst?
King Push, man.
Who?
Snow season. Pusha T.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, nigga, when did that go on the list to talk about? What is you talking about right now?
It's the return of cocaine rap, bro. That's like, and that's my man. He really don't talk about nothing else, but he does it so good. Like, and I believe like the penmanship in it, it almost sounds like it's like Shakespeare, but of crack.
That sounds like
I'm
poetry.
telling you, bro, the way he pieced stuff together is insane. Like, it's like, of course, you got the Gucci's of the world. You got, of course, you go back. You got Jay-Z and Nas, but Nas wasn't really like super dope boy rap. But Future is another one. Like, he know how to tap into that element. Mm-hmm. So, like, yeah, but Push is probably the most, I'd say, the most introspective when it comes to it. Mm-hmm. Like, the nigga named the song Diet Coke. I was like, who? You know what I mean? So I thought it was interesting, bro. Like, so I'm excited to hear his album. Like, you got to be good. Like, you go at it with Drake, and nobody was like, "Yo, we not listening to Pusha T no more." Like, he made grinding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody not. Like, how many lunch tables we destroyed making that beat. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited about that for like hip hop and stuff like that.
I don't really listen to that nigga, but I'll check him out.
I can see why he got like, it's like a cult audience. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like even with like somebody like Quentin Tarantino, somebody I feel like got a cult following too. It's like he got his people who always gonna see his movies, and there's some people that just hate them shit. So, like, so I feel like he's that of rap.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense then. I'm probably not gonna. I'll lie. I'm probably not gonna listen to it.
But I understand. But I feel what you.
But I get it. Yeah. Rihanna's that for me, so I get it.
Everybody loves Rihanna though. That doesn't.
No. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Shout out to her, man.
Shout out to Riri.
So, someone in our podcast world been making headlines for the last 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. The boy, Joe Rogan, who got, well, first, what was it? I think we talked about the CDC stuff last week because it was the stuff with the, remember? Yeah. I guess they was calling it misinformation with the COVID stuff. I don't know. I've been dealing with COVID so long, bro. It's like, I don't know how I forget that.
We didn't even bring up the nigga thing last time.
It didn't come out, I don't think, till this weekend.
Got it.
Yeah, so anyway, people have been pulling up old clips of like episodes of his podcast where, he had said a nigga, and it was nigga. It was getting chopped up into like, they made like a whole highlight tape.
It was a bunch of cut.
A highlight tape of niggas.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, I'm talking about, I listened to Joe's podcast, because he was like one of the first dudes like to build the platform and do it. And, he usually got a lot of interesting topics on there. So it was like, first it was interesting to me, because when I first heard it, I was like, damn, Joe Rogan saying nigga. Because I think he's been doing the podcast for like over 15, 20 years or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So he was one of the first people to get into it, like in the early 2000s. So I was like, wait, I ain't heard none of these. You know what I'm saying? So I think when I heard it, I was like, okay. And then I saw some of the clips. I was like, oh man, this shit old as fuck. Like, but you know, at the end of the day, you still want to take a look at it and see what's going on. But I almost feel like it's like the same thing with like Chappelle and a lot of them. Like if he used the word, you know, anything really, you know, dealing with LGBTQ stuff or things like that, you know, it's the same type of thing where they kind of try and take it out of context. And I think, like, you know, just a part of this country, you should have freedom of speech to use and have dialogues, you know, about anything. With that being said, like I told you before, like you could have the best intentions for context and still get slapped. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it don't matter. Like you need to know who you're talking to and whatnot. But I think you should be able to have educated conversations with people. And I think the bigger thing he probably could have did, even though these were old, like I'm saying, these was old podcasts, but you have someone, because I think it covers your back too, because he got plenty of black friends. Like I told you, he got Dave Chappelle and all of them. Like if you can have those conversations, like have it with another black comedian on there, you know, because some, you know, black comedians or comedians in general, rappers are some of the biggest advocates of freedom of speech and being able to talk about things. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's more so what it was. I do get like upset when white people tell you who you can't listen to and, you know, like, oh, you should be mad at this, but not mad at this one. Like I was telling you before, like with the stuff with Joe Biden when he was using nigga in court, like talking about the context, you know, when him talking about a judge, like that's okay. But when someone else is using it, it's not cool. So, you know, I just got a problem with people telling me what I can and can't listen to. Now, with that being said, you do still hold people accountable because at the end of the day, you should be able to have people on that set that know how to discuss and can properly discuss it. You know, because we know sometimes, you know, a lot of those people would not say that under no circumstances if it was another black person around. And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Potato, potato. Potato, potato.
Oh, yeah, and another part?
Nah, just potato, potato, nigga. Like,
Potato, potato.
yeah.
Hey, with that being said, we need to hurry. Hey, Michelle, we got to make sure we're shooting every week so we can get $100 million to do this, too. You know what I'm saying? That is the bigger thing. I need a check.
That
$100 million check. So, speaking of crack music and racism.
Damn, Ameer.
Your boy, Joe Biden, put $30 million into I want to say a, not righteous, but a clean drug program. So he wants addicts to have access to clean pipes, syringes, pills, etc., to test these things. So now I want to remind you all, this is Black History Month.
Why you had to say that, man?
Because this is my problem with it. If you're gonna say this is for equity for black communities, like, bro, you could put that 30 million somewhere else. We got schools that need to be built. We need better housing. We got people who are actually on the street that need places to live. Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff you could put that into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it'd be one thing if you said, and my boy Alex had told me this too, I think it's good on one hand because you do need, if people are gonna do it, they're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want people to be transferring, you know, AIDS, hepatitis B, you know, et cetera, with dirty needles that's been passed around the whole city. You know what I'm saying? So you get that. But at the same time, it's like, don't make that specifically for black people, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we the only ones doing, you know, all of these drugs and whatnot. I got problems with it. You know what I mean? So I had a problem with the timing of it, especially when I haven't heard about him doing nothing else this month. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was BS.
Yeah, I think that's BS too.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, bro. Like, I'm like, you got a black woman in there, vice president, bro, and like, who you run this by?
Himself. Like, I don't know.
It
wasn't. Yeah, no.
Release that shit in March. Nigga, March 1st. Do that shit then. Don't say it's for black equity in February, nigga. No.
What you say, Ameer?
Not. You know what I mean? So
release it on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But
yeah, not for you. I agree, honestly.
Yeah, I don't like that shit, man.
I had to ask you about it twice. I'm like, bro, like, you're cool joke. that's not serious. But
Yeah, no, but it's it's just a real thing, man. So I think he needs to be held accountable for some of that, like you know what I mean. And I think that's it really. That's my thing with it. I ain't gonna harp on it. It ain't the first time he done said some wild shit or did some wild shit. But again, this take me back to my last point. When he do wild shit, we just supposed to accept. Oh no, he old ass Joe. Like come on, man.
I don't think that's the case, Ameer.
It is the case. Come on, bro.
I don't think that's the case, Ameer.
You know it was a thing with Hillary when she was calling niggas super predators and all that shit back in the 90s.
All right. Nah, all right. It is what it is, man.
Hey, you want to do the honors
stupid.
on this next one? That's our last topic of the day.
You know,
My man.
I don't know how I feel. Because on one end, I don't give a damn. And on the other end, these two brothers get on my nerves. The link up I'm referring to is Future and Kevin Samuels. I guess Future had Kevin Samuels. They did like a little skit or like little bit.
It's City Boy season.
Shut up. A little something before his music video where Kevin Samuels is like talking to Future about like, women, whatever. And, it's just stupid. And that's all I have to say.
I think this is the perfect link up for the summer. Brothers, you need this.
Why?
Know your worth. Know your worth, brother. You
Why?
Look, if we can sit here and listen to a real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga for almost 3 years, there's nothing wrong with Kevin Samuels and Future linking up. Come on, man.
The outrage that niggas had when WAP came out, you niggas were outraged. Oh my God, wet ass pussy. Like for as long,
I wasn't upset about that.
For as long as we've had to hear niggas talk about sex and drugs and this bitch this, that bitch that, as long as we've had to talk about all this, now y'all want to say some city girls, oh my God. Just admit that you hate women.
See, why she always say this? Why she hit me with this every time?
If you hate women, just say that.
Wait a minute.
Niggas have been doing this for forever.
First off, look, at the end of the day, I was playing, what was the name of the song the City Girls did? What was the name of that one?
Act Up.
Act Up. I'm the one who said you act up.
You did introduce me to Act
You
Up,
feel
and
me?
I thank you for that all the time.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I do.
So I don't have I don't have a problem with nobody expressing themselves. Do your thing. I really don't have a problem.
But you agree Kevin Samuels is...
What, toxic?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I think he's necessary. I think Kevin Samuels is necessary. I think the City Girls are necessary. I think Meg is necessary. I think Future is necessary. I look at all this shit as entertainment. That's what I look at it as. It's some days where you might really not give a fuck about a nigga, big Birkin bag, whole 5-6 figures. And then some other days you might be on your Summer Walker shit. You love a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I think you need entertainment for every part of your emotion that you go through during the day on a weekly basis. Sometimes I'm Kevin Samuels. Sometimes I'm Clayton from The Bachelor. You know what I'm saying? Simping. So, it just happens. Marvin Gaye, whoever you want to throw out there. You need all aspects. Life is about balance. So don't get mad at Kevin Samuels. Just don't listen to him.
First of all, don't be mad at that nigga. Like, listen, I want to talk to Kevin Samuels so bad because this man
he wouldn't have nothing to say to you.
He wouldn't have anything to say to me. That's why I want to talk to him. No.
All right, this is not finna be a Kevin Samuels
I
episode.
want to talk to this man.
Hey, hopefully
what are you gonna say?
Hopefully, if we keep doing this, we can just bring him on. So
That would be lovely.
yeah, we have him.
You know who I do? Maybe we could say this for next time. There's this podcast with this, I don't know, like these two niggas that like hate women. I forget what it's called.
Link Up.
The Link Up, something like that. But maybe we could talk about that next time.
Muted. Yeah, Link Up, Act Up, something like that.
Yeah. Maybe we could talk about that next time. I forget, but I've been
They're
wanting to talk about them.
cornballs though. I feel like that's way different. Like, even for us, like I know you said we'll tap into it next time, and we can. We just hit our 30-minute mark, so we good. But with them, like even with the stuff, who was it? Asian doll or Cash doll? Not Cash doll.
Brittany Renner.
Brittany Renner, but they
you talking
had
about somebody?
who was the
Asian
one?
doll.
Who was
It was Asian doll.
Yeah, that's the one Vaughn used to talk to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so with that, It's like, bro, like even with us, if you're gonna have somebody come on your show, like respect your guests, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so you agree they hate women?
Yeah, I think they just corny. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you got a microphone and you just want to talk. You want to act like you, Kevin Samuels, or someone else. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it don't seem authentic. You know what I'm saying? And it's just courtesy. If you invite somebody on the show, you should know who you interviewing. You know what I'm saying? You should respect them as such. Like, regardless of what you agree with or don't, you should be able to have a constructive conversation. So, anyway, but yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Any closing remarks? Or you want me to go first?
If you...
Yeah, because you know, Hakuna Matata, right?
Yeah, but this is my remark before my last mark.
Oh, okay.
If you support Kevin Samuels or Future, you hate women and you're not interested in them. All right, go ahead, Ameer.
You don't like Stick Talk?
Who?
Stick Talk?
No.
Come on, bro. You don't like no Future songs?
No.
You're a lie.
I'm not a lie.
You definitely a lie.
I'm not a lie.
I've been at the club with you dancing to Future songs before.
I don't dance to Future. The music is loud in the club. Probably didn't know who it was.
All right, see, we're not gonna deal with no lying today.
The way I find out about a lot of music is because you be playing it. I don't even know who it is. I'm just like, oh, that's a vibe.
Hey, okay. What I got? Also, one more time, shout out to our wonderful guest and director/producer, Nichelle. Happy birthday to her. And to the cousin,
birthday to
Tierra.
Hey.
My guy Max is in here with us. Thank you for helping out today, my brother.
Hey.
And, hopefully we see y'all again soon. We're going to do our 100th episode at some point this year. I think we're at 87. So that'll probably hit around sometimes in the summertime, 13 weeks. Yeah, probably summertime. So we got to do something big for that. Live audience, nice little guest. Maybe we could get Idris on for that one. We need something.
That'd be cool.
Major. So, thank you for tuning in with us. We're going to make sure we're up every week. You know, we wanted Nichelle to be out of town for her birthday, but selfishly, we happy she's here so she could record with us. So thank you. And, like I said before, life is about balance. Life is about balance. Good, evil, light, dark, sweet, salt. Make sure you fill in your life with everything necessary to make yourself a well-rounded individual. In that acting, in that music, in that podcast world, if you push your T, in that crack house, make sure you do everything necessary to be the best version of yourself. And don't take no bite crack pipes. Your turn.
Did you need to mention crack twice? Like, are you okay?
Hey, look, Pusha T came out the same day Biden was giving out free crack pipes. I don't think that was by coincidence. I'm just saying.
It's always a pleasure. In the eyes of Shakespeare, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet. Don't trust niggas. Hakuna Matata. Peace.
That's a lie.